Hello everyone, this is the Mad Salvi letting you know that unless things are proven with Twitter posts and stuff like that and have actual proof behind it, treat everything in this thing as a theory. I will try to mark certain things as news and theory and everything like that to kind of let you guys understand, but also, you know, use a critical mind. And I hope you do enjoy. Here we have a NijiJP liver who started a members only stream of Pawapuro Koshien. It's the Koshien thing. Apparently it's a violation of Konami's terms and conditions, because apparently the terms and conditions say that you cannot monetize it beyond a certain thing. I think it's certain monetization things. Curiously asking, what terms are they breaking? We want what kind of slender did they do to Hololive? For terms you can refer to here. Let's take a look at this. Posting for commercial purposes, including closed paid streaming, setting footage of play. However, monetization through system of posted video streaming site shall not be considered a commercial purpose. So if it's just like super chat type of monetization or ad monetization just from a regular streaming service, like what YouTube does when you regularly stream your stuff, it is not a bad thing. But when you actually are doing it like members only, that is a paywall. You cannot paywall that content from what I'm seeing. As far as interpretation of these guidelines, I think he's pointing out this part, however, I think it depends on how you interpret paid. This paid closed streaming to determine whether it's a violation. Certainly members only streaming could be considered paid. However, as long as member streaming is a platform system, some cases it could be interpreted as monetization using distribution site system. If you're concerned about this, you may want to contact Konami. Like, it might be, it's up to Konami to decide if it is breaking their terms of service. I think paywalling it is one of those things that they don't allow, so it might actually be a betrayal of their service. Seems clearer to me. By the way, can you give me a link where you got that? As for source, instead silence. It's in the Konami guidelines themselves. The current terms of service. Important to note that the terms and conditions are different for individuals and for companies. What is written is the same, but there's a system to inquire using the company name. My guess is maybe they, you know, got permission because they probably are, because Hololive does this. Hololive contracts directly for monetization and all that kind of stuff for Konami, Capcom, large agencies like that. They directly try to get permissions for a lot of things, which will allow them to paywall it with their membership content, at least from what it looks like. Konami, of course, is violating the terms of service, terms and conditions, whatever you want to call it. I have to wonder if it's intentional. He's been doing a long hiatus before now. Don't really think Konami will care. Miyamoto specifically, the only reason Nijisanji even gets the Koshien sponsor is because of him. That's why they'll do anything to prevent him from graduating, and now he came back from the dead just for this tournament. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be an issue. Like I said, it's usually a rules for thee, not for me. When it comes to large companies like this, they do run different kind of contracts. They may have a contract that allows them to do pretty much anything, you know, as long as it is, you know, they get their percentage or whatever it is. A lot of times, like Hololive does that, where they have a specific contract that lets them do a lot of things that normally wouldn't be allowed to be done by people. The numbers and the funny graphs always make my brain tingle. Let's look at the lack of interaction between NijiJP and EN visualized in a graph. We have them here. Apparently, these are like degrees of connection between Nijisanji EN and Nijisanji JP. There aren't very many, it doesn't look like. Let's just see what this guy puts it out. Graph showing the degree of sharing of listeners between JP and EN, but except for Meleko and Kotaka, which are in Japanese, there's almost no sharing at all. Yeah, they look like two separate islands here. You would have a lot more, like EN I think is on the left, and JP is on the right. You'd have a lot more connections here, a lot more green connections if they actually shared a lot of audiences. Maybe the reason why the black company would think that whatever happens to EN does not affect JP. After all, EN is probably treated the same as Shanghai, Taipei, ID, Korea, India, which the black company has abandoned in the past. Incidentally, Hololive had a complete mixture of listeners, both JP and EN and ID. So that's interesting. Do you have a link to the resource? Sounds interesting. I think it's Robbie. You can tell because of the corporal logos on the right side. Hololive is here with JP, EN, ID, and Holostars linked thick. Let's take a look as a comparison. Yes, the blue links are the thick links. They all, basically all the little islands of each separate group, they are linked through the blue. And over here, you're seeing, as you can see, the blue has very few links. So there you go. Just a connection between both. And this is by design. Hololive wants there to be shared connections between everything, because that means that everybody is thriving. It means that everybody is getting positivity. So yeah, it shows that everyone's getting that positivity. And it says, damn, a strong bond right there. Since the graph is in March and the appearance of ERB, it would expect the bond between Hololive and the stars EN to be more tight. The graph for July and September actually drops. Where do you find that graph? I'd like to take a closer look at it. It was on Futaba, but the original data site is not known. It's VRabi share graph. Okay, so it's going to be this VRabi share graph. Would like to know the timeline when EN was first released comparatively, now to see whether growth has stagnated or was it ever big in the first place. Maybe it's from here. Look at this graph. Every time it makes me laugh. So yeah, it's just not looking great for Nijisanji overall, but we already kind of had an idea that this was going to be happening with Nijisanji. Class-based interaction, you need to pass a certain threshold of profitability to interact with profitable people, and that's the big thing. That is the big phrasing here, profitability. If you're not profitable, you get dropped, as all the previous ones that were mentioned, that I mentioned before, were dropped as well. This is a short one. This is a little bit of a short thingamadoobs. It is Nagisa's birthday. Terem Kado of Nijisanji. Also forgot Nagisa's birthday today. They also forgot that Nagisa's birthday was today. ID Twitter is no more. The Twitter page itself is machine translated, so Nagisa, I believe, was Indonesia. They already fired their ID staff after the merge, and you wonder why Indo Bros hate Nijisanji with a passion. Yes, they destroyed that whole branch. They treated it like it was, well, they treated it like it was trash. They treated it like, you're not making us the exact amount of money that we want you to make us, so we are going to toss you aside. That type of thing. And that is never good on anyone, really. Like, it's not good for anyone to push that type of, for a company to be that mean to their staff, because that's pretty darn mean. To kind of treat them as disposable and treat them as just, you're not making enough, so we're going to leave you. It says, I wish I knew more. Oh, I wish I knew more about them, thanks to the corporate effery. I just know a few JP and the earlier waves of EN. Feel like I can name almost all of Hololive and many of the stars, but probably less than a third of everyone in Nijisanji. Well, that's probably because of the fact that Nijisanji is humongous in the size of people. They have like over 200, I think, last time I checked. Over and all, I mean, even the ones that graduated. So in a new, like EN has like over 40 or 50, I think, already at this point. So yeah. Symptom of hiring too fast and too many. There wasn't a lot of time to really get to acquainted with each talent, and that's the same thing I'm saying. In Hololive's case, the amount doesn't really matter because we have over a year to get acquainted with each girl before a new one pops up. And that is true. They try to leave it like the amount of people that they put out to be a more reasonable way. Meanwhile, I couldn't name anybody from Nijisanji until hell broke loose. I still could name 99% of Hololive though. I'm not that crazy. Like, I can't name 100% of Hololive or even freaking 20% of Hololive. I can just mention the ones that I've watched, which I think is true for most people. You can just mention the ones that you've watched, and beyond that, it's like, I don't know. So unfortunately, this does mean the ID is gone, of course, as we all know, and a lot of these people are forgotten, unfortunately. Moving on to a bit more of a positive note, a bit more of a positive thing. So it finally happened as Asuka Hina makes her 3D debut at home, and she was able to do just, the basic, I think maybe it's a Vive headset type of 3D, because I think that's what like Filian and them use. It might be something like that. I don't think it's full body tracking. It may be, but from what I'm seeing, it just maybe is a top half with Vive and things like that, or some kind of hand cam type of movement tracking. Oh, she did do full body. Okay, if she did do full body, that's something different. But she might be using Vive or something like that with the base stations that you use, which are cameras. And that's the thing that does happen. But I'm glad that she did get a full body tracking, if that's what she got. She probably didn't get it from Nijisanji themselves. She probably had to buy it for herself, as tends to be a lot of things. I think even on EN and Hololive, just to be fair, I believe they have to buy their own full body tracking if they want to do it at home as well. It's not provided for them. They can get a loan though. They can get a loan for a lot of things through Hololive and Cover, and it's a 0% interest loan. So due to her health problems, Anycutter provides the 3D tracking equipment at Hina's house. Also, they actually did provide it. That's interesting. Anyone supporting Fulgur point to this, to anyone who says he can't have it, he can have it. Can he though? Niji doesn't care about most of EN, only about their favorites. So for all we know, there's calibration and such to do. I could honestly understand why it's not easily feasible to send hardware that needs calibration to someone overseas, let alone set it up. So I'm guessing because she was Japanese in Japan, they were able to give it, send it to her house for this specific stream, and she just gives it back. I don't think they have it like fully, because unless their JP contracts are different from the EN contract, JP contract says that they don't really provide much of anything. Most things you have to get yourself. They provide you with maybe like $2,000 max of stuff for you to buy, like for you to buy your stuff, and then they collect it when you're done. It's a home 3D, not a 3D showcase. Or am I missing something? It's a home 3D. So yeah, here's where she did it. It's a 3D showcase, but it's her home 3D. And from what we can see here, she does have some tracking with the whole body. It doesn't look like it's extremely like, you know, like you would see in the full body tracking, like you would see inside of the studio, let's say. But it is still very nice to see her getting this. She is someone that is does have asthma, like severe asthma, like I mentioned in another portion that I did in another video. But it is nice to see her actually get it, her actually having fun with it, her actually enjoying it. It was 4 hours ago as of me recording this that she did this, and she seems to be happy. She seems to really enjoy this. You know, she seems to really have fun. So that's the most important part out of everything. And yeah, it looks like to be rudimentary, basic tracking, maybe not the really expensive tracking like the one that maybe other people like Sayu and others are going to have, but it's still some tracking and something that was given to her, which I'll give them a W here, because the fact that she got it and, you know, she has health issues and she's still able to get it is awesome. A Sayu update, she says surprise coming. This is, I believe, a full bodysuit. It looks like a full bodysuit because of the tracking balls that are on there, the ones on the hands, the fingers, the Velcro, because she was recently talking to on one of her recent collabs she was doing. I think it was with an Australian or New Zealander. They were talking in one part. They were talking about body tracking. They were talking about VR chat and the type of tracking that's involved there, the whole body tracking, how they could do that, how they would do that, the type of technologies involved in doing that, all that stuff. So that is definitely something that is probably what this is going to be happening. Surprise coming. She's going to be doing full body tracking. I didn't know she has a 3D model. But I guess she's going to be doing her 3D debut. She will get 3D earlier than her ex-gen mates, and I'm happy for her. Holy shitaki, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, it's good to see that she's on top of it up after the disaster was in 2023. My knees are weakening to kneel for her. Wayu schmoving. 3D Sayu, let's go. Let's take a look at what she's saying here. Yep. Butt plugs, nope. Emu, nope. Yeah, you know what you write. Yeah, no. Hyped, despise myself for taking a nap right before I could see this. Yeah, people are responding. People are saying, you know, girls cooking good this summer. Let's go. Sasha was getting a 3D advice the other day during her date collab with Mako Fukasame. And that's the one that I was talking about. Mako Fukasame was, you know, she already has her 3D model. Debuting another one soon. Was not expecting it to be happening so soon, though. I think she got all of the recommendations. She already had a 3D plan. She just didn't know, you know, the right technology to grab, the right technology to get. And I think after the collab with Mako, she's figuring it out for herself, and she's making sure everything is on the up and up and everything works. Of course, 90% of these things cost like over $1,000, and she has that money now. She maybe didn't have it before. Now she has the money. And if you're going to be spending money, you want to make it into a good investment. Invest in the proper gear, which is what she's trying to do here. I know this is kind of dumb, but it's also funny. I seen a clip of K9 Kuro, former Nijisanji of Mista, doing a cooking stream. We already went over that. Who would like K9 Kuro to cook? Not sure they say his old cooking streams, but it does look like he's following ingredients on the box and knows what to do now. Just hope he doesn't have any rice in his rice cooker or leave food in his oven. He's done that before. He's burned rice in his rice cooker, I believe. Or he's left it for too long or something. Does look like he's having fun listening to his chat, reading what he needs to do. This isn't being mean to him. It's just saying he's better at cooking from the other cooking stream clips I've seen before. A lot of streamers act less intelligent because it gets clicks. Not me. I'm just less intelligent to start off with. I am just me. I am the squirrel, and the squirrel is less intelligent just to start off with. And no, this isn't a dig at K9 Kuro or Mista. I find talents like him smart, in fact, and ingenious. And not only that, they're endearing. It's very endearing. Sometimes the smartest strategy in a room of strangers is to play dumb as a dodo bird, so you can quickly learn quirks and figure out how and what you do to push them into metaphorical buttons. So yeah, a lot of people do that. I know people that are on the same side as me that do that. There's nothing wrong with that, because the chat is not dumb enough to not know that they are also playing a character. They're most of the time very smart. They're smart enough to know that, oh, they're just, you know, playing it up. They're yucking it up. They're whatever you want to call it. I remember correctly, his cooking wasn't proven. Even as Mista, he got annoyed that his fans would always meme on him being a bad cook, even when he was doing better and trying. Though it's been a while and I don't have any source, so feel free to correct me. He's an adult. I'm sure he's always known how to properly cook. This is completely outside of K9 Kuro. I know some adults who can't cook. Legitimately lives off frozen dinners and pre-made meals. I can cook as well. I'm just lazy like a mofo, and I decide not to cook. So I heat up my food. See, at least the people who don't know how to cook have an excuse. I just, you know, do my frozen foods because I'm lazy. Give humans too much credit. People that burn houses trying to cook. Yes, they have. They have definitely burned down houses trying to cook. I'm just worrying he'll forget to clean his rice cooker or take food out from his oven. If I remember correctly from one of his streams, when he was Mista, he left food in his oven a week and some rice in his rice cooker for a couple of months. He'd be surprised by how common it is for most people to not have to know how to cook. Even the basic of basics can be too difficult for them. It's true, especially nowadays with the way society is, where everything is so easy. It does take a lot of time to cook. It is very satisfying to cook, though. Satisfying to have, you know, a different flavor that maybe you can add beyond what's the regular flavors that you can cook. You know, those type of things are nice additions to the whole thing. So it is kind of like one way or the other. You know, you can see it one way or the other. Taking inspiration, as I'm sure they did, from the WrestleTuber thing that happened. Now we have a big, small corpo and indie mixed wrestling event this weekend. V&Unfinished Business. V&Unfinished Business. Check out the official trailer. Here's the official trailer. Let's see if some of the music is not...
Searching for the rush, action, and jaw-dropping athletic...
Oh god, that's so much better. Are you ready for the silliest, scuffed, adrenaline-pumping action of VTubers wrestling each other? On July 26th and 27th,
ooh, nice.
Experience the thrill as corpo legends from V&U, V4Mirai, Pixel-Link, IN, Globy, and Oprah GX face it off alongside indies from V-Ray, girls like Green Umi, and Emma and Yoki, who will clash to win the V&Unfinished Business Undisputed Championship. Tune in and witness the drama on
a lot of them, damn.
V&Unfinished Business 2024, July 26th.
That's a nice one. That's good. It's always cool to have these types of things happen. Hi Reddit Surui Solari, the wrestling loving Sun Dragon of V&U Gen 3 Oracle. Want to share the fun event that'll be happening. It's 5 p.m. PST. 17 small corpo and indie VTubers will clash and wrestle in competition for the V&U Unfinished Business. All of this is AAs, not AI. It's their like the NPCs doing their thing. Like each one of them is going to be you know, represented by a specific wrestler, maybe a unique wrestler, like what happened with the WrestleTuber stuff. On behalf of Wonderful Dragon, it would mean the world if you check out and support. Yeah, of course, support it. It is definitely nice to see these types of things happening. Nice to see these types of, you know, people doing these types of things. It's never a bad thing to see these things, especially when you have smaller ones. Like I saw Brielle Cookie Box, Brielle Cookies, which is the one that I do rate out to them quite a bit. And yeah, it is very nice to see these things happen. Very nice. You know, that's always very nice. And of course, we see someone trying to get put in there, even though this isn't about them. They try to make it about them, as you can see right there. This person here, try to make it about them. Try to put, you know, make it so that they put her in there. Yeah, we're not gonna, yeah, that's just not right. I mean, be happy about it. Don't try to make it about yourself, and don't try to make it like, you know, put me in there. Come on, put me in there. I want to be in there. You know, don't do an attention-seeking thing. Don't be like that. Awesome lineup. Love the not copyright V logo and the top of the graphic. Looking forward to the brawl. Not a VTuber, but I'd win. You know, that type of thing. So of course, it's always good to see these types of things happen. Oh my god, the memes write themselves sometimes. I will spread the no pan agenda, starting with Moko-chan. Someone just told me to take off my underwear. Bow bow. Narissa. She's been no pan live since basically the first time she started. She is part of the no pan squad. You can look up what that means. It doesn't mean no bread. It's not a Spanish thing. It is a Japanese thing. But yes, we wanted to put a little bit of levity in here, a little bit of meme for you. Hello, everyone. Today we're doing another VTuber showcase, as we do during these times. This time it is going to be MonaPom, or MonaPom. That's the VTuber name. It's a she/her raccoon VTuber. They do some lewd content on occasion. They have both YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, of course, as many people have nowadays. They say that they're a sleepy, trash-loving raccoon. The theme right now is sleep, but they play together, play to get more themes and outfits in the future, plan to get more themes and outfits in the future. Some people find me comforting, but are scared of me at the same time. Scared for me, but I'm not sure anymore. Like a single-player games, Fallout New Vegas, GTA 5, that type of thing. They do make art, VTuber models, and Live 2D and ASMR streams. Do less gaming because she has chronic pain. So she goes through chronic pain, so that of course is going to make it a lot harder for that to happen. I do know there's other ones that have chronic pain that have the same issues of having, you know, consistent schedules. So the schedule may not be as consistent as others, but that's because they're dealing with their own paint. Usually everything is as it should be. Stream 6 days, all days besides Saturday. Use Twitch schedule on there. Enjoy yapping and have live chat from other creators. Of course, you see, you know, the Live 2D showcase, the model you can see here. It's a very, very, very cute model, of course. And here we have their Twitch. They currently have 2.8k followers, and we are going to look at a video that they wanted me to look at.
Hey, I'm MonaPom. I am an artist and VTuber. I do streams 6 days a week here on Twitch, sometimes also on YouTube, so feel free to check out the YouTube as well, please. I do ASMRs, I do games, I do art, I make models like this one. I made my own model, so if you
that's very nice.
know more about that,
To be able to do that is
go
amazing.
Check it out. Thank you. And if you like boobies or pizza, you should come to next stream because you will get one of those. I'm not telling you which one. You will just have to see and come. Yeah.
There you go.
Just come. Thank you.
And of course, like she mentioned, she does have a YouTube. The YouTube is here. It is the Live 2D showcase on there. She has her VODs on there as well. Live streams. Looks like she actually does dual streams, which is something that I've done for several years. She changed her model from this original raccoon one as well. She did this one as well. That was her original one, and she has moved on to this one. But she has created both of them, it looks like. So yeah, it is a wonderful raccoon to take a look at. I will put all of the socials in the description and a pinned comment when I can. Thank you so much for being a part of this VTuber showcase, and I hope that this brings more eyes to you and hopefully will make your experience much, much better. Thank you all for right now. Of course, comment, like, and subscribe down below. Thank you for being here. Of course, I love having the conversations with you guys. I love having these things with you guys, and I do appreciate it whenever you guys do comment. Take a look at my description for my socials. There's a Discord, there's Twitter, there's other places that you can check me out, Twitch, etc. And also check on your screen right now, because there might be a video that you might enjoy. Thank you.